Hey, you tuned into AJ, the life coach, and you already know what we talk about, how to reshape our mindsets and habits so we can change our lives. Today we're going to talk about the theme of love because it's the theme of this month, this beautiful month of February. We're going to talk about love. And today's episode, strengthening connection with friends. And there's three key points that I like to point out when we talk about how to connect with our friends, how to deepen that connection with our friends, how to strengthen that connection with our friends. Well, those three key concepts are sharing common interests, supporting each other, and open and honest communication. What do I mean by sharing common interest? Well, let's think about it. What do you like to do? What do you like to have? What do you like to be? Right? And when you think about a person that has a common interest, do they share that with you? Right? Let's say you like to go roller skating. Do they also like to go roller skating? Do you enjoy going out with them and having roller skating sessions together? Maybe you meet some new friends at that location that you're going to, and now you become friends with them as well. So maybe you don't have friends that you can go out to do things with, but you go out and do these things that you like to do regardless, and you make friends at these locations. Other examples of sharing common interests are playing together when you're young, right? You go to the sandbox, you go to the playground, you ride bikes, you roller skate, you skateboard. Maybe you go to the beach, you go swimming, right? As an adult, it changes. Maybe you go to the book club, and maybe you go to the store, maybe you go to the club, maybe you go to whatever experience it is adults do. Maybe there's an event, there's a gala, maybe there's a masquerade ball, something of some sort that you guys like to do it together as a group. Something else you could do is support each other. How can we support each other as friends? If you want to strengthen your relationship with somebody, the best way to do so is to understand what they like to do, what they can do, what they need help with, and then helping them with that. Let's say your friend has a business. You may not be able to support them financially, but you can give them a like, a subscribe, a share, a follow. Hey, I may not be your friend, but you can do the same thing for me. All right, moving on. Now, you can support other people and your friends. Why? Because when you show that you support them, you care about them, it shows and sends a message that you are actually in their corner, and they feel that. Think about how you felt when you were doing something and you needed help and someone came along and they helped you, right? They just walked up in your life, whoo, 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 and they said, hey, you need help with something? I got you. How did that feel when they said, I got you? How did it feel when they actually had you, when they took care of the problem and they solved it? How did it feel when they supported it for you, right? How did it feel when they said, yo, I need to contact somebody, but I can't do it on my own time, and they go and contact them for you? How did that feel? How did it feel? Internally, how did it feel for you? What did you think? What did you want to do after that? You probably wanted to go support them too. You supported me in that? What? For real? What are you doing? I'm going to go support you next. It's something that we do for others, not because we have to, but because we genuinely want to. And when you have a friend that you care about, you want them to feel supported and cared for and uplifted. And when you have something you got going on in your life, I'm almost certain, I can't say certain for sure, I'm almost certain you want them to support you in the same regard. So if you want people to do things for you, do things for them. Show it. But don't expect anything in return. Don't do this for them just because, hey, if I do this for you, you're going to have to do this for me. That's manipulative. And nobody likes that as a friend. Nobody likes manipulative behavior. Don't ever try to hold something over someone's head. Hey, I did this for you, so do that for me. Doesn't work here. No. Do out the kindness of your heart over and over and over again. And watch. Just watch how people come flocking towards you to support you. It's gonna be like you're standing in a valley and the gates of the ocean were just opened and now there's a flood coming to get you. That's how much people are gonna support you when you support them naturally, authentically. When you show up, not for you, but for them, genuinely. You get what I'm saying here? Okay, moving on. When we talk about supporting each other, think about teams, right? There's no I in team. Teamwork make the dream work. You've heard these quotes growing up. You've heard these on sports teams, on other teams. You understand this. Teamwork make the dream work. What does that mean? It means that if we work together, whatever vision we have in our minds about what we want to accomplish can happen because we're working together. I read this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and there's 3 key ingredients that stuck with me. As children, we're very dependent on our parents. We depend on them, meaning we need them to do things for us in order for us to live. And then we become adults and we become independent. Or become teenagers maybe even younger than that. And we become independent, meaning we can do for ourselves. But there's another level of that. Independence is just individual. But what about the team? We talk about there's no I in team. Well, there isn't. Because when you have a skill, and 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 we all have different skills that can be used together, right? You're a videographer, you're a writer, you're a video editor, you're a director, you're a SEO, right? Search engine optimization expert. You're a marketing expert. You're a sales expert. When you put those people together, you have a business that's functional. Just like on a team, you have a person that is attacking on offense, you have a person on defense, you have somebody in the middle that's neutral. You have to figure out what your position is and play your part. And when you play your part perfectly, to the best of your abilities, you focus on your skill set, not what the next person's doing, not what this other person's doing, but on you. And they focus on what they're supposed to do. We come together and our skills make something greater than we ever could have done by ourselves. When you have this mindset of working together as a team, there's things you can accomplish that are far greater than you could ever do. Think about ants. No ant moves on its own accord, on its own volition. No ant moves because it wants to move for itself. No, it works with the mindset or the behavior that it's going to move for the colony. There's a greater cause other than the ant itself. It's for the purpose of the colony. And when we work together in that same regard to make something happen, right? There's a vision in someone's head and we can all work together to bring it into fruition. We're a team and we have to work together. We have to support each other. So I'm not going to try to take over your area. You're not going to try to take over my area, but we're going to come together in our own expert areas and our own expertise and make sure that this thing works out. Another form of support is celebrating. But it's an idea that if I reach my goal, there's something I can do to reward myself so that I can continue to set goals and reward myself when I meet them. This repeats the behavior and the pattern that I'm going to set a goal and achieve it. Because it's one thing to say I'm going to do this and then not do it, which sets a negative imprint in our brain saying I'm lying to myself, and then it makes us not want to do that thing in the future when we say I'm going to do this, versus when we say I'm going to do this, and then when we do it, we reward ourselves, and then we now have a chemistry in our brain that says, hey, I can believe myself, I can trust myself, right? That's the level of confidence. When you say you're gonna do something and you do it. Setting a standard for how you're communicating with yourself. And if you honor your own words, guess what happens? Your body now responds with a certain level of confidence, intrinsically. And you can see it in the way people think, the way that they feel, and the way that they behave. Let's be honest right now, okay? Let's be real. You know you can do so much more. You know you're capable of so much more. You know there's so much infinite potential within you. You know you're capable of all the things you dream of and that you really, really have that power. However, you're not tapping into it. You're not going after it. And there's something holding you back. There's something limiting you. It's you. And if you want to change your life, tap in with me. For the past decade, I've been studying the leading experts in personal development techniques. I do believe that when you change your mindset and you add different habits to your life literally changes. But you're gonna see from this day forward, I've planted the seed in your mind, and you're gonna see other people changing their habits because they changed their mindset. If you want that to be you, I've developed my own mindset course and my own personal development technique ebook based on all the findings and research I've found over the past decade. So if you want to change your life, if you really to change your mindset and change your habits, it's gonna transform your life. Click on the link below or go to hvthelifecoach.com. Again, that's hvthelifecoach.com. If I walk with confidence, you're going to see me stand tall. You're going to see me speak from my diaphragm. You're going to see me look people in the eyes. You have to be mindful of how you celebrate yourself, because when you do something you say you're going to do, this should be a reward. And when you don't do something that you said you were going to do, this should be a punishment. Hold yourself to a higher standard, but also have your friends support you in that endeavor. They don't have to punish you. You're already punishing yourself enough. But they should uplift you, and you should uplift them. Right? Support each other. And last but not least, open and honest communication. When you have friends, would you like somebody that's lying to you all the time? There's some people out there, they're gonna tell you something, they're gonna ask you something. And if you're lying to them, you can feel it. So if you lie to someone else, you can feel it, even if they don't feel it. You can know it, and even if they don't know it. So when you tell a lie, it has a level of integrity that affects you on an internal level. And as above, so below, as within, so without. So when you're lying to yourself, you're lying to them. It creates a dishonesty, a disconnect within yourself, and therefore a disconnect with them. Because you can only know somebody as far as you come to know yourself. So if you're lying to yourself and you're not keeping it honest with yourself, and you're not doing it with them either then. Meaning that relationship that you could have had that would have been at a deeper level is no longer deep. That impact is not there, so there's distance in you guys. Because you don't know how to close that gap and be honest with yourself. The more you get to know yourself, the more you're able to get to know other people. You can only know other people as far as you come to know yourself. So if I'm lying to myself, I'm probably gonna be lying to you too. And whether I'm aware of it or not, it's gonna happen. And so the more that I am honest, authentic, open, and truthful about who I am, what I think, what I feel, and what I do, the more I attract people in my life that are gonna be the same way. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want a friend that's gonna lie to me about the things that are happening to them in their life, their thoughts, their emotions, their actions, their behaviors. I wouldn't want them to lie to me about anything that I need advice on, the things that I need to grow in. So if I'm messing up in life, I'm doing something wrong, I'd want them to hold me accountable, like, yo, bro, Come on now, you know better than that. Versus like, hey, bro, you good. Don't even trip. You good, right? That's not a real friend. A real friend's gonna tell you when you did something right and when you did something wrong. Unless maybe not for you, maybe not for you. I mean, that's not what a friend is to you, but for me, that's what a friend is. And that's part of open and honest communication. So I appreciate my friends when they're 1,000% honest. Maybe I didn't ask you the question, but you told me anyways. That's a certain level of integrity. I appreciate that. I love that. I respect that. I genuinely connect with that. I vibe off of that. So for me, if you're my friend, we need to have open and honest communication. And a couple of ways to get to that is to share our feelings, how we truly feel. Yo, bro, I didn't like that you did this. Oh, excuse me, I didn't like that you did that. Set a certain standard for how to interact with you. If someone did something to you that you didn't appreciate, let them know. You don't have to be rude about it. Just let them know. They're gonna honor that boundary. They're gonna understand where you're coming from. They're gonna put themselves in your shoes and see things from your perspective. And they're a genuine friend. They're gonna understand how you felt and appreciate you opening up about it, and then change their behavior because of it. That's just how I think and operate with my friends. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's different for them, right? But you have to understand what doesn't feel right is not right. So if something feels wrong and you express it and someone doesn't respect that, they continue to cross that boundary, right? There's a line right here and they continue to cross it. They don't respect you. They don't honor you. And if that's a problem for you, a reoccurring problem, maybe you need to separate yourselves from them. Maybe you need to take some space. I can't tell you what's right, what's wrong, but you know, you feel it. You know in the inside of yourself how you feel. Someone triggers you, upsets you, hurts you, makes you sad, makes you, whatever the case may be, your body gets uneasy around them and you feel it. So always honor yourself, right? Be honest about how you feel. Set those boundaries, communicate, tell the truth, share your emotions, share your thoughts, but also understand that sometimes, even though we feel like it's okay, the other person might not feel like it's okay for them. So if someone comes to you and they share something with you as well, I wasn't aware of that with you in this moment. Now that I know, I have a choice. Either respect your boundary or disregard your boundary. But how I treat you shapes how I respect you, how I care towards you. And if I don't change my behavior, then I never cared about what you said. If you feel like there's other key ways to connect with your friends, let me know in the comments down below so that maybe other people who are watching this video can connect and learn and grow as well. I appreciate you for your time, patience, and beauty. As always, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Peace.